If you absorb too much of someone else's misery, at some point it becomes your own. At some point, all of that toxicity, that negativity, them emotionally dumping all of this baggage on you is going to become your baggage if you allow it to do so. In ways that we spot and decipher between the two is we ask ourselves, how much time is this taking up? Do we feel drained after speaking to this person? And if so, then this is a clear sign that it may be time for you to start to put yourself first. And I know oftentimes you may love, you may care about a specific person. It may be your friend or family, but it is not worth compromising your overall state of mind to try to make the next person's life better. You are not a therapist. We do not have, let's just say the mental capacity or the overall strength to bear the next person's problems. So just emphasize the importance of putting yourself first is not selfish. It is not selfish for us to not want to endure that form of misery that, this person may have going on in their lives. And this was one of my biggest problems growing up, because I used to think that simply because a person was my friend or they were my family, that, I was kind of, forced to listen, or I was kind of forced to endure whatever it is that they were going through just based on the label or the title that we had. And that's just not the case. You don't owe anybody anything. And one thing that I had to realize is the fact that people who are suffering, people who are unhappy with the life that they have going on, oftentimes want others to be in that same boat as them. That's why I feel like it's very important that we watch those that we have around us. Because oftentimes the people that you may be in relationship with, friendships, even your family sometimes, if they are not doing as good as you, them witnessing you reach them new high points in life, it's ultimately going to break them down. And when they are doing bad, they are going to want you to suffer with them. And the psychological breakdown behind it is just the fact that it's a validation seeking behavior. Misery craves understanding. So people look for others who feel the exact same way. If everyone around them is down bad, then their pain feels justifiable in a sense. It feels more common. It makes them feel safe that, the very fact that they're doing bad and everyone around them is also on the same page, it just gives them that sense of comfort, not having to do much to change their current reality. And I've also witnessed this happen so much in relationships. You can be somebody that is, let's just say, a high achiever, somebody that's very goal driven, and be paired up with someone who is the complete opposite. And you won't realize how much this person is pulling you down. You won't realize how much your drive for the day or just for your life in general, as far as you waking up doing what you need to do, mentally makes this other person feel uncomfortable. You can be literally paired up with somebody, they can be your actual partner, and that form of competition can be going on underhandedly and you may not even notice it. The person that you're laying up with, sleeping next to, can secretly be in competition with you, and you will realize this when you start to notice that this person may not be supporting you how everyone else is. Or whenever you bring up a new idea or something that you may want to do with yourself, this person isn't doing anything to help you reach those new high points of success, even though they say that they love you. It doesn't matter who you are. Anybody that's in a position where they aren't genuinely happy and content with who they are going to want some form of company. But you just have to be a step ahead, understanding that, okay, this is going to pull my energy away. This is going to take away from me being productive and doing the things that I need to do in life. So I do not need to be surrounded by these type of people. Misery will always love company. Those that are literally the most broken tend to have the most people around them. It's the ones that are alone, that are secure. It's the ones that don't need a friend group or don't need a crowd or a huge people presence in order to be who they truly are and still stand firm on their principles and their morals. I realized that at my most weakest moments during my life, where, I may have just been at a very low mental state, those were the moments where I needed people around me. We really just have to put more emphasis in protecting our peace. It's going to be very hard to decipher whether or not everybody is, good to be in our lives. But as you grow and you figure out who you are and what it is that you truly desire, it'll be easy for you to pick out certain people that are going to make a positive impact on your life and those that aren't. I can go into any room now, or I can go into any social gathering, and I can instantly tell the people that I need around me, people that are, actually growing and trying to build and work on something in their lives, rather than those that are focusing on superficial type of ways of living. And we all go through it, but it's just that point of elevation that separates us. It's that point of realizing that this isn't what I want long term, so I need to set my focus on the things that actually matter in my life. And one thing that you have to pay close attention to is people that always complain but never do anything to solve their problems. These type of people are so focused on the negativity that's going on in their lives that they will do anything in their power to keep those around them on the exact same page that they're on. It's not about growth. It's not about building. It's about them knowing that they probably aren't living to the expectations that they may have set on their life previously, like when they were younger, and this eating at them, making them feel small, making them feel like they may not, be capable of doing those things in the present day. So they want to keep everyone around them on this same page. They want to complain. They usually never take accountability, and these are the type of people that you want to stay far away from because they will bring you down. They're called energy vampires, people that need somebody around them in order to feel whole, because when they're alone, they do not feel anything. It's hard for them to sit with their thoughts and the life that they've built for themselves, because it's, in the simplest terms, it may not be what they want. Really just take the time to reflect on your lifestyle and think about, those type of people where it doesn't matter, but every time you have a conversation with them, you just feel drained, or you just feel like something is just off and you can't even pinpoint what it is. These are the type of people that really do enjoy that form of company because they may be miserable. And this is fine, like as far as for them, but me personally, I would not want these type of people in my life. And I'm sure if you're watching this video, you do not want the same. But oftentimes we can be misled, and these people can eventually become our partners. They can eventually become our friends. And this is just something that we just have to realize, and then take a step back, remove ourselves out of that emotional state that we may be in just because of the very fact that we may perceive them as family or friends now, and really start thinking about things from a more logical viewpoint. And one thing that I've learned about my personal life is the very fact that it's not worth it. It is not worth it allowing somebody in your space to potentially get in your head that is not on the same frequency as you. Somebody that is not spiritually aligned with you, somebody who doesn't have similar morals or principles as you, because all they're going to do is get you off track and pull you away from your purpose. Not everybody deserves your time and your energy. And one of the biggest problems for me growing up is this feeling as if I owed somebody an answer, or if I owed somebody a response to why I may not or may want them around in my life. And in reality, you don't owe anyone anything. Your boundaries, or you simply not wanting somebody in your life because something feels off, is more than enough for you to walk away. I used to always feel as if I had to explain myself when something didn't make sense to another person, or when, I just felt off about something. But sometimes, like I made a video on this previously, silence is your strongest boundary. People don't always pick up on words. People don't always pick up on the things that you say out of your mouth, but when you just focus more on actions and moving different, then they put the pieces together for themselves in their own head, and you don't have to say a single word. But the entire concept of misery loves company isn't just a saying, it's a warning. It's a warning that you should really be kind and not allow yourself to get dragged into anybody's baggage. It's just excess weight that we do not have the energy or time to be carrying around. So if you're in a familiar position right now, really just stop before it gets too worse. Stop before it starts draining you and it pulls you into something that you have no business being in. But if you made it to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you so much. It's your boy Blue Jay Tay. Drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.